Why do websites fail to convert visitors into customers? So a lot of websites fail to clarify what they're actually about. The messaging is too vague. And when people land on your website and it takes them longer than 3 seconds to suss out what you're about, usually that just frustrates them and they end up leaving. Also, if you don't have any clear call to actions right at the beginning of the website, again, people get frustrated and then they leave. If they have to scroll through an entire website just to find how they should get in touch with you, realistically, they're not going to do it, right? We say that a conservation of calories. If it takes me more than a few calories to have to figure out how I'm supposed to get in touch with you, likely is I'm not going to do it. And I'm just going to go to the next person on Google or find someone on Google Maps so I can just click a phone number and ring straight away. So really, a website should make it as simple as possible and have multiple different ways for a visitor to get in touch and actually conduct business with you. Secondly, things like trust signals or confidence fields might be lacking from your website. So if somebody lands on the website, they say, okay, this is exactly what I need. The second question they have is this the right person to give me this, right? Have they done it before? Are they trustworthy? Should I just send them my money? So if you have confidence fields, things like your reviews online, testimonials, or even just how long you've been in the business, those can really make a difference in getting you conversions. Another bad thing about some websites is they're too cluttered. It feels like some designers want to put as much information in a small amount of space and doesn't leave any of the content to actually breathe and be able to be digestible. I'm sure if you've ever seen a menu that just has like 1,000 things on it, you end up being paralyzed and not knowing what to pick. And so a good designer will have a smaller menu and some things will be highlighted in a different color or a different font so that it makes it easier for you to know what to choose if you don't really have a preference. And a good website that's focusing on serving a customer will have the same. There's no point talking about 1,000 different things that everyone can do. I'm sure accountants and architects can do millions of different services and little things that would be really useful. But really, you just want to know one or two key services, and then you can talk about those things afterwards when you're doing discovery. So a good website should just focus on the core functions that you really want to promote, and then everything else you can have in another place. So we want to make sure that the key decision is right there, visible, and you have enough space for it to breathe so people don't get too overwhelmed or too confused. Lastly, a good website needs to have a very, very, very good mobile experience. When 70% of the traffic on your website is likely to be on mobile, you want to make sure that they have a really smooth process. The website loads quickly, they get to information quickly, and they can click to make a decision quickly. And if that's not happening, you're just not going to get those sales. You're not going to get those conversions. Just think about the last time you were speaking to a friend and they made a recommendation to a service or a product. What did you do? Did you pull out your laptop to go check out that website? No, you probably had your phone. You went on Google, you searched for it, and then you found it. And so if your experience isn't good, you're not going to be ranking on Google. And the people who do end up landing on your website are just not going to be bothered enough to spend the time having to figure out what they have to do. So you have to make it stupid simple. Everyone lands there. They know exactly what they're doing.